Hello and welcome. Denise, you're adjusting your earring because I forgot to do the intro kind of countdown.
I thought I had more time. Thanks,
You
Adam. I was
haven't.
like, we're live.
we're,
Smile.
we're live, pal. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam, the most professional member of the family, and I'm joined as ever by my sister in arms, the hardest working woman in all of sports infotainment, Hollywood, Denise the Hammer Salcedo. How the devil are Kawaii? How the devil are you?
I'm exhausted today. I have like the lowest amount of energy possible today. I'm dead tired, Adam. Dead tired. This is how tired I am. I can't even put my hands up.
That's fair. So today we're talking about Full Gear. Ho, 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 whoops. So earlier,
I love how I find out the topic the exact same time as everybody else. I was like, oh, we're talking about Full Gear today. Great.
Formulate an opinion on it, Denise. I'm a good replacement for Luke. So yeah, we are talking today about the Full Gear plans that were leaked. Basically, there's earlier this week, Tony Khan, a picture of him was posted online where he was looking wistfully in the distance, strongly suggested it was a posed photograph. However, what some Eagle Eye fans noticed is that in his hands, he had the entire card. In his hands was a notepad on which was written the entire card to Full Gear 2021, which is in a few weeks' time. If you don't want, obviously, like we're still a few weeks away from Full Gear. Plans may change. That's one of the things we're going to be discussing today. But if you don't want any spoilers at all for Full Gear, anything like that, this one's not for you, folks. If you want to go into Full Gear fresh as a daisy, yeah, bye.
So I don't get that option, Adam. What if I want to go into Full Gear fresh as a daisy?
You picked the wrong profession then, my friend.
Thanks. I get no options.
So I am going to run down the leaked card. This may or may not be the Full Gear final card. You have been warned. Spoilers very soon. Get out if you still can. But here's the Full Gear card as of the time it was leaked. Women's champion Britt Baker versus Shrug. Tag team champions Lucha Bros versus FTR, Cody Rhodes versus either Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, or Miro, the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express, Adam Cole versus Christian Cage, Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill, CM Punk versus Wardlow, MJF versus Darby Allin, the Inner Circle versus American Top Team, John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson, and AEW World Champion Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. First off, Denise, how does that card grab you?
All right, so I'm pulling this up right now because I want to have like the entire thing to look at. But here's what I'm wondering. Okay, I'll just start off here. So looking at these matches, obviously Kenny Omega, Hangman Page is like, it's so weird because that's the direction I thought they were going last time for All Out. And it's like, now I kind of feel like we've skipped over something and like now we're going into it and we're only a couple weeks away. And like right now, I think for me, this kind of still feels like there's still so much more of a story now to go because we did have this pause where it's like now we're getting things, going again and retelling the story or continuing it rather. So it does kind of feel a little strange. I was a little surprised to see Hangman Page's name on that list. And then John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. I mean, that sounds like a really good match. Like, I'm here for that one. Inner Circle versus American Top Team. Based on what I've seen from American Top Team, I'm not necessarily like thrilled with the idea. So this was probably the match that I saw and I was kind of like, oh man, like I don't know, I didn't really care about this one. MJF versus Darby Allin. I was like, all right, cool. This will be a fun match. Two guys that, kind of, we're both do their own thing. And now they're, coming together into this. And, we've been seeing that story for a hot minute. So this one definitely makes a lot of sense. CM Punk versus Wardlow. CM Punk has been, working with a lot of the young talent. Wardlow is definitely somebody that I think is an interesting matchup for CM Punk. And I think out of a lot of the matches. This is the one that's kind of came out of the blue. So I like this one as well. Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill. I'm interested to see what they're going to do here because they've already had Jade Cargill pin Thunder Rosa in that 3-way. And I was very surprised by that. And I'm wondering if they're going to continue to have Jade Cargill on this winning streak or if they're going to have Thunder Rosa ended here, because I cannot buy Jade Cargill pinning Thunder Rosa on a one-on-one match just yet. And then Adam Cole versus Christian Cage. This one sounds like a banger as well. Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express, another banger. Cody Rhodes versus either Malachi Black, Andrade, or Miro. I would probably want to see, just because of the story, it does make sense to do Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black, but we've already seen it. So, but in terms of the story, that one seems like the most obvious one. But I'm actually going to go with Miro here. This one's a toss-up because Miro, as former TNT champion, you don't want to just lose all the hype and momentum that you had going in with him as, champion. And now that he's not champion, it's you kind of want to still keep that momentum somehow. But at the same time, it's okay, Andrade had that really great match with Pac and, nothing really I don't know. I feel like they could go either direction here. Lucha Bros versus FTR sounds good. Women's championship match, Britt Baker versus question mark. I mean, I don't know who would be a good opponent there. I mean, there's a couple of options that they can do, but it's going to be kind of interesting to see what they end up going with.
Yeah, I think I think the card's pretty stacked from top to bottom. I think the card's interesting in so much as avenues it's opening for the future. For me, CM Punk versus Wardlow seems to be the stepping stone to CM Punk versus MJF, which is fantastic. That should be CM Punk's first loss in the company, IMO. It looks like a lot of this stuff is very kind of the stuff that's been playing out on TV. Some of them come out of the blue. For me, Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson is the one that's just what? It makes sense. You want to bring lapsed WWE fans to your show, run Daniel Bryan versus Dean Ambrose. That makes sense to me. There's nothing on there that kind of sparks out as particularly either surprising, which for me speaks against a lot of people thinking it's staged, which is I
don't think it was staged. I don't.
Bless you. So. I don't think life's that interesting. I think it's just a mistake.
I think it was a mistake too, because how many times aren't you busy doing something and then someone will be like, "Hey, can I get your attention?" We don't know what the situation was like. Maybe Tony was having a conversation with a million people, and busy people like that and people like Tony are always talking to somebody. That's one of the things that you notice about
Tony.
People in these positions. They're always having a conversation with somebody. It could have been "Hey, Tony, we need to get a picture of you." Okay, great. He turns around, smiles, forgets he has the papers, and then bam, it's out there. I just feel I don't think it was staged. There's a lot of people who do. I don't think so.
Apparently, this goes to show how I'm not up to the minute with my AEW knowledge. A lot of people in the chat suggesting Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson will be the finals of the #1 contendership tournament, which I didn't know they were running, but cool. That does sound very, very good. Oh my God, Bryan Danielson versus Adam Page. Yes, please. Now, one of the things we're not going to go into specifics wise, I think, on this is another thing that fans have noticed from the leak is that certain names are circled. And that strongly suggests who's going over. Now, that is where we come to
be who he thinks is the funniest.
Yeah. Who's the most handsome out of Kenny Omega versus
Maybe he was
Adam
just circling
Page?
His favorite wrestlers.
I like you. We're not going to go into who exactly has been circled.
I don't even remember because I looked at the picture really quick. Oh, I'm looking at it now. Never mind.
Oh, there we go. So we're not going to say that out loud because but because I don't want to think about it too much.
There's some that I can't even tell, to be honest. I'm who the hell did he circle? I can't even tell. There's one where he circled everybody.
Sure.
So it's
Oh God, maybe that means a draw. So the question is, like, obviously the card being leaked, I don't think is a big whoop. I actually think it's quite good marketing for your show because, like you say, that card's a banger. When it comes to the actual winners of the match, though, which again, we're not going to say specifically which ones they are, but do you think as a result of this, AEW will or should change some plans?
All right, so this is what I was wondering. Okay, so let's just go with the fact that we think that this was accidental, right? Not done on purpose. So if this was done accidentally, I would say, like, I was wondering, like, if I accidentally leaked my card to everybody, what would I do? Honestly, I would make changes. I would use this as an opportunity to see what the fans care about, what the fans don't care about, what they're buzzing about, and what they're not buzzing about. And I would make changes. Honestly, I would be like, screw it. Like, I didn't want my card out there, but you know what? It's out there now. And now I'm going to go ahead and make changes. I would not stick to the exact thing that we are seeing on here. And that's honestly my opinion. If this was something that was accidentally leaked, I would make changes. Even if there's stuff that we want to see, I'd probably be like, dang, like I would probably change some stuff up just because wouldn't want my show to be like, I don't know, like I just feel like you don't want to like make everything too predictable now moving forward. So that's the only thing for me. There are a lot of matches on here that I want to see, but now the fact that we kind of know it already, I don't know if it takes away from the pay-per-view or if it adds to it. I honestly don't know that answer. And then in terms of like if this was done on purpose, then it could have just been a way to throw people off somehow.
I think, and this is just me, I think they should change one result, not the main event, obviously, but they should change one result and put it on first, just to throw that doubt over the rest of the card. Just change, take one of the circled things, switch it around, and put the match on first, and then sod it, keep the rest of your booking. I don't know which one.
Well, I was going to say, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can't even tell like what is going on here. It's just funny. But here's the thing though, is that I do like to see this type of stuff because it's like, you always wonder, like, how do people like this make decisions? You know, when do they sit down and when do they make their cards? When, you know, how do they do this? Do they type it out? Do they write it out? Nah, Tony just did it in some like, you know, really quick paper, bam, bam, bam. I'm like, all right, cool. Interesting.
I mean, I've booked stuff for WCPW, like literally on my phone on the train. I remember we were booking the World Cup, and literally, one of the other bookers said to me, "Look, here's generally the wrestlers we can get. Just fantasy book your tournament and then send it to me and I'll tell you what we need to change." And I was like, oh, good. And then I just had a little go on the train, but he's like, I want to do you versus you. I want to do Rey Mysterio versus Will Ospreay. Yes, please. Blah, blah, blah. And then just like sent it to the other booker who was a bit more senior than me. And he responded to like, cool. We can do about 40% of that. And I was like, great. Because that's the joy of booking indie shows, is that some people can't lose and some people can only wrestle once, and loads of, but it's fascinating, like the process for sure. And I think if anything, like if I accidentally posted something, like if I accidentally posted a picture of me with WCPW results, I would definitely change some of it just because, well, like, AEW shows have this palpable like energy, and like AEW's work rate system, like it's very kind of like Ring of Honor-ish. It's very much based around false finishes. It's very much based around kind of like longer matches where you can really kind of bait the fans in. And if all the results are coming out as they were on that bit of paper down the line, that is when you take all the energy out of your false finishes. So I know a lot of people will be just like, no, don't change anything. Don't be like WWE, because it's absolutely like WWE would just scrap the whole show, because WWE is deathly afraid of ever seeming predictable, which is one of the things they get wrong the most. Just give us the results we want. But like, yeah, like you're gonna remove one of the most tangible qualities of an AEW show if you don't.
So, Adam, if you're Tony right now and this is your card, you would literally only change one thing, or would you change a lot of it? I would probably change 90% of it.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you keep?
I think I got more of the WWE mentality where I'm like, nah, I don't want anyone to know. I'm ripping it all up.
I would probably run Punk versus Starks instead of Wardlow, for example.
Okay.
Like I'm sure they've got that match planned in the coming weeks.
They've been doing the whole Team Taz thing too. So yeah, that's a good one.
So just like take Wardlow out and put Starks in. That's a then everyone knows, oh, okay, so it's not exactly the card. I would maybe of the Inner Circle versus American Top Team, the one that suckled, I would change to the other one because that match doesn't hugely matter in the grand scheme of things.
To see who circled. Hold on.
Don't say it out loud.
I'm not gonna. I have to get up close. Sorry, I could barely tell what he circled. I was like, wait, what did he circle?
But yeah, and I would do like maybe two things because it's just you just want that doubt. That's all you need. That's what so much of wrestling is creating doubt for the audience. Like, AEW especially is really, really good at having, in some cases, fairly predictable results because they're the results that make sense considering the story they're telling. But they're very good with the work rate style that they excel at. They're very good at making you lean in and have that doubt. Just, like, for example, like Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks. Like that, there's two cast iron, like heart-stopping false finishes in that match where you're convinced, like, even though Lucha Brothers should win, oh no, the Young Bucks have done it again. And like, even though I was so sure that Lucha Brothers were going to win it, like there are two moments where they completely made a believer out of me, and that's AEW's big strength. So I think they definitely need that doubt. It's a vital ingredient in a card, especially one that looks as cool as this one.
Yeah, so if you already know the winners, you're gonna be like, woohoo, I know this is not the finish. Every like near fall, you're gonna be like, nope, not it. Moving on.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, if it's a foregone conclusion, then what is the point? But you want to change 90% of the card, which
maybe obviously like 80-90%. Like the matches that don't really matter.
Go on, hit me. Fantasy book it, Denise. Pretend like you're in the tournament again, which you went out in the first round of.
I feel pressure. All right, let me see. First of all, okay. I was going to say, but this is just selfish reasons because I don't care about the Inner Circle versus American Top Team. I would say like X that match out and put it like, I would put that match like on a Dynamite or a Rampage or something, to be honest. I'm just being real with you. Or it's going to be it's going to be my match where I'm like, all right, I could chill for like a second. Or if I'm in the audience, I'm going to go buy that t-shirt I've always wanted. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. Let's see. I agree with you on the CM Punk, Ricky Starks, or CM Punk changing his opponent from Wardlow to somebody else. I would keep. Okay, so I would probably change. I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but I would probably change that Kenny Omega Hangman Page match. I would probably change that and just push it and take the time to keep telling my story.
What? How much more time do you need, Denise? You've had 2 years.
I know, but I'm just telling you, I would do it. Screw it. They did it the last pay-per-view. Screw it. I would do it right now.
It's the only match on the card that's actually been announced before the leak, Denise. Why are you changing it?
I would do it right now, though. I would do it right now. I'd be like, screw it. I'm going to take a risk here. All right, let's see what else.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Hey, you told me to do this. All right. Which other match would I change?
What have I done?
I would probably change Adam. No, I can't change that one. No, I'll leave that one.
Well, Adam Cole versus
I'm gonna leave that one. Yeah.
That's you're changing the main event, but that's the one you're keeping.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one. All right. Okay, I'm taking out Cody Rhodes, Malachi Black, Andrade Miro, and I'm putting something totally different.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd put though, but I'm taking that one out and changing that one. And then that's kind of it, honestly. So that's not even 90% of the card. But I feel like now you got to do something drastic. I'm sorry. Your card was leaked. Now you got to switch up your card and do something drastic. Do something crazy.
I mean, changing the main event's pretty drastic, Denise. So, you've booked that at least.
Can you imagine if you and I were running a promotion together, like against each other?
Or what, like I'm Raw, you're SmackDown?
Yeah.
I think we've done a version of that, Denise, and the people made their opinions abundantly clear.
They did.
So we are gonna
yeah, never mind. I was gonna
no, Denise. It sounded like you were gonna have a little moan there, and this is your platform to do exactly that. Go on, let's hear it. Let's hear
I
it,
didn't
Denise.
have anything. I honest to God didn't have anything. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep.
How I thought you slept like 12 hours a day. I thought you were like
not every day. I would like to sleep 12 hours a day. Adam, how do you think I get stuff done asleep?
I don't know, Denise. I don't know how you get anything done. Like but we're glad that you do. You're the hardest working woman in sports infotainment, after all. Too busy to be on Quizzlemania, weren't you?
Adam. I was too busy to be on Quizzlemania.
You were too busy to be on Quizzlemania. The Quizzlemania designed for you, Denise, with you in mind.
Well, I'm just saying, look, I made efforts. And I was not able to make it. Card subject to change.
Something pretty drastic happened. I accidentally leaked the
yeah, there you go. Hey, you know what? At least I made a cameo.
You did. Thank you very much. Best money we've ever spent. Right. If you would like to send us an ultra chat, speaking of money well spent, if you'd like to send us an ultra chat, there's a link in the description, I think, or in the comment section. Probably send us a link. WrestleTalk.com/support. I think. I don't know. But yeah, we'll read out your ultra chats and we'll talk about them. Doesn't that sound great? We've got some ultra chats that were late from the NXT stream. We'll be reading those in a little bit, but we have some ultra chats around the conversation we're currently having. So let's read those now. How does that sound, Denise?
It sounds good.
The Adnap2 said, I'd have more respect if they stick to their guns, but I've no interest in seeing Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express again. We've seen several versions of that on Dynamite already. It's not, I guess so, but we haven't seen it on pay-per-view. And like AEW do step it up a gear on their pay-per-views. I don't know. It sounds like a fun match.
Like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I've seen this match before. But the only reason why I didn't complain about it was because I just know that that's the kind of style that I really like to see. So I don't care. Like, I want to see it.
Cool. All right. The Intangible One Cliffbeard says, like SRS always says, predictable isn't always bad. A lot of these matches were predictable to happen at the show. Doesn't ruin the journey we will have to get there. Also, shout out to Denise for her new gig for Mission Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be very fun.
What's the skinny?
The skinny? Like the details?
Yes. That means, what are the deets? You've heard what's a skinny? You were alive in the 90s, weren't you?
I've never heard anyone say what's the skinny.
You've never heard anyone say what's
never in my entire life until today on October 15th at 8:24 a.m.
Can I have a vote in the comments, please? If you have heard the phrase what's the skinny before, please press
where
F.
is everybody from? I've never heard anyone in Los Angeles in my entire life say what's the skinny. You just say what's up, give us a 411. What are the deets? Or spill the tea. Tell us the gossip. What the hell was the question?
I can't remember. What's the deal with Mission Pro Wrestling?
Oh yeah, I would be doing commentary. That's what it was.
Really?
I'm new to commentary, so it's gonna be like, I'm just getting started. So don't expect like a professional. I'm getting started.
I've heard you speak.
Oh, thanks a lot, Adam. Thanks for the encouragement. I appreciate it.
No, Denise, you'll do fine.
No. You just buried all my hope and enthusiasm.
Well, that's the gig. That's why you turn up at 8 a.m. on a Friday, your time, to do this with me, your best friend.
I need Luke back. He would have been like, mate, you're going to be so amazing.
Literally, Denise, he was so anxious to have a month off from you that he had to impregnate his wife. Those are drastic steps to get away from you, Denise.
You know what, Adam? Then you're next. What would you do?
What does that mean?
Oh, I'm just saying.
What would I do for a Klondike bar?
I'm just saying. How are you going to get out of this commitment?
Maybe I just won't show up one day.
Wait, and leave me by myself?
Yeah, I mean, that's good commentary practice.
Live. I'll just be like, all right, he didn't show up. I'm going back to sleep.
Anywho, what were we saying? Oh, yeah. This is very exciting, though. Who are your commentary partners?
I don't know yet.
Oh, are you going to be color or play-by-play?
Color.
Can you give us like some examples of reactions that you have?
Whoa, baby.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a
No,
situation, and
no,
you're going to
no,
react as
I
if
don't
you're
wanna
on color
play this
commentary.
game. No.
All right.
Fine,
Someone's just made a shocking debut.
Oh my.
Oh, very good.
Whoa,
Very good.
baby. OMG. What would be another terrible thing to say?
Oh no, that one of the most beloved baby faces has just turned heel.
Yeah, that sounds pretty goofy.
Wait, what? I'm giving you a prompt here, Denise.
No, I don't
You've
want
got to be ready for this. Oh,
I don't want to train at 8 a.m.
Fine. I tried, Denise. I tried to encourage your dreams.
I'm going to say, whoa, baby, and that's going to be it.
Please, please have that be the only thing you say for the entirety of the first show. Like Renee Young going, ho, ho, ho.
But you get why I'm saying it, right? You get the joke, right?
Whoa, baby.
Yeah. Do you not remember who said that on the air?
Whoa, baby.
And everybody was like, come on, chat, help me out here. There's a reason why I said, whoa, baby.
What's the reason? Where have you gone?
What? What?
This is the best show we do. This is the
Wait,
best
what?
show we make on a weekly basis.
What's
the skinny with yo baby?
My baby? I don't have a baby.
What's the skinny with whoa baby?
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear the
talking about your baby.
I was gonna say I don't have a baby.
Who's watching this? How are you still here, 1,200 people?
Okay, so do you remember when Adnan Virk was on commentary and he said like, whoa, baby, or oh, baby, something like that? We were laughing about it for like 3 weeks, man.
What, you and me?
No, me and Sean.
Oh, I don't watch you and Sean.
Oh, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Which of my No Rolls Barred videos is your favorite, Denise?
The one where I play werewolf.
God damn it, that's a good answer. Right. What else? Matt Sugrim says, or Sugrim says, Adam, how have you not called the cops on Denise yet? She's wanted for 3rd-degree paper plate homicide. Question for you guys: if AEW ever did a high-profile trilogy like Omega versus Okada and New Japan Pro Wrestling, although that was 4 matches, wasn't it? Who would you like to see? For me, Punk versus Omega. I mean, I feel like they're going to do something like that with Omega Danielson.
That would be fantastic, and I feel like that's the direction that they're headed with.
Yeah. But also, yeah, let's talk about the fact that you killed the plate, which, don't get me wrong, is one of the first things we've seen eye to eye on in a very long time. But like, what was going through your mind? Like, he was your son.
I don't give a damn.
Whoa, baby.
Whoa, baby.
So is he gone now? Is he in the trash, or are you doing like a Viking funeral for him? Like, what's the deal?
No, he's actually coming back better and stronger.
Oh no, he's not, is he?
He's not dead. He's just gonna rebuild himself. He's got like
more
7
machine
lives.
now than man.
Yeah, he's just gonna get new parts.
I hate that, Denise. Just burn him, please.
No, never. I would never do that.
He's the
What kind
worst.
of animal am I? Everybody loves Blampied.
You ripped his head off, Denise. That's what kind of animal you are.
That's fine. My good friend Tape will return and help make the save.
Your good friend Tape.
My good friend Tape.
Nate S says, I couldn't make out pretty much anything that was written. Could have sworn I read Danuke versus Adam and SRS on one line. Danuke circled, of course.
You know what I thought? Okay, so there was one part where it said Thunder Rosa versus Jade Cargill versus Shorts. Or I saw versus Short. I don't know why I read, but I read versus Short Girl. And I was like, who the damn is Short Girl that's going to be a triple threat with Short Girl?
I just said versus Shorts, but Shorts is all capitalized.
Like, even right now, like, I'm looking at it and I just see Jade, Thunder, Rosa, and then it says Short, and then so he has something written in parentheses, right? And it looks like it says girl. Like, in my opinion, it says girl. Like, I'm pretty sure it says something else, but that's
so
like what I
Short
see.
Girl.
Like, that's what I see. Like, when I just look at it, like, that's the first thing that pops into my head is Short Girl.
Denise, are you wrestling on AEW Full Gear? You have to tell us if you are.
I'm just saying, you just never know.
Whoa, baby. It says, I feel like Tony Khan is honest enough to give us details of what happened if asked in the post-scrum. Hint, Denise.
So if I'm there, everybody wants me to ask if this was done accidentally or on purpose.
Oh, I mean, it will be.
I will have to be the person to be put on the spot.
Yes.
Thank
Step
you.
Step up, Denise.
I don't want to step up. I just want to hang out in the back and mind my own business.
Robert Water says, big change. I would book Punk to lose to Wardlow first match of the night because of MJF. Keep the rest of the card the same. That's huge.
It's interesting that a lot of people want to keep the card exactly the same. And I'm curious, though, if that means they also want the exact same winners that were circled.
I guess so. But I don't hate that change. I feel like MJF should be the one to beat Punk, just in my water. Like, MJF is still like...
Yeah, I don't think it should be Wardlow.
No. The H Train 24 says, hearing Denise talk about changing the main event, her murder of Blampied, who replaced her with a Skrull? This isn't the person we've all grown to love.
I actually have my reasons too, but I'll leave those to be. Well, because I can't give any spoilers.
No. Look,
that's what I'm saying. I just have different opinions. So that's the way I'm seeing it as. Like, I would take it out just to prolong certain things.
I see. Well, I think if anyone hasn't been able to piece together your spoilers,
I have my reasons, Adam.
Sherlock Holmes here being like, what could she mean? But yes, no, let's not talk spoilers, but I understand where you're coming from, even though I do think, Denise, in this and in lots of ways, I think you're wrong.
We can't coexist. I think you're wrong.
The 8 young nasty man 8 says, based on that booking, Denise is Vince's illegitimate daughter.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Man, you know what? If I'm Vince's illegitimate daughter, where the hell's my money at? I'm the brokest illegitimate daughter ever.
What would you do with Vince's millions?
What wouldn't I do with Vince's millions? Are you kidding me? I'd have a penthouse in New York. I'd be besties with all my favorite celebrities. I would own my own production company. I mean, it'd be fantastic. I'd be like little Reese Witherspoon or something.
Would you?
You know how she has like hello sunshine or hello Miss Sunshine or hello sunshine. And she like does like she's like a businesswoman. She's like a businesswoman. I want the same thing.
Would you still come and do the show with me on a Friday?
No, I would not. I'd be living my life as a millionaire.
Well, that hurts my feelings, Denise. I thought we were closer than that. No comment. All right. Sheldon Jackson says, when Denise said, whoa, baby, I immediately started playing Biz Markie's Just a Friend. That sounds like a pop thing that I don't understand.
I don't know that song, actually. What's the singer? Biz Markie?
Biz Markie?
I don't know that person. Sorry.
Mariah Carey. I don't know her.
Biz Markie.
Pun?
Biz Markie?
Biz Markie.
I know Mariah Carey, but I don't know Biz Markie.
I'll Google Biz Markie, shall I? It's Friday night.
What's the name of the song again?
Biz Markie is an American. Was an American rapper, DJ, and record producer who died earlier this year. Denise, you horrible person.
You didn't know either.
No, that's true. Sorry. Sorry, everyone.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Travis Griffin says, hey, Adam, you should look into
the worst post show ever or worst podcast ever, you and I.
I think so. I think it is the worst ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
A lot nicer.
I mean, I mean, it's hard because literally the last podcast we did, which is for the WrestleTalk Patreon, we literally solved a murder at the end of that podcast.
Oh, my grandma was mad. She did not like your theory.
Did she not?
No. She said she did not like your theory. She said, don't even speak those words. I'm being serious. I called her and I told her, I was like, hey, so this is what happened. This is what my friend said, blah, blah, blah. And my grandma was like, no, don't even say that. That's horrible. She's like, why would you think such a thing? And then she went off and started explaining how things worked back in the day and all of this. So
I
you
mean, to
got in
me,
trouble, Adam.
sounds
With
like
my
she's
grandma.
protesting too much. It sounds like she knows. It sounds like she's covering up.
She was like a baby or like not even born yet.
Anyway, we should stop talking about this because only a fraction of the people watching us know what we're talking about. If you want to hear that conversation, go and join the WrestleTalk Patreon and watch me and Denise solve a murder.
Just know my grandma's mad at Adam now.
That's fine. I might as well alienate the entire Salcedo clan. Travis Griffin says, hey, Adam, you should look into playing Dinosaur Island for No Rolls Barred. It's Jurassic Park, the board game, and it's my favorite game. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not against it. It's just, have you seen it? It's complicated. And we are like, it's not that we only want to play party games on No Rolls Barred. Look at Denise's eyes just glaze over. It's not that we only want to play party games on No Rolls Barred. It's just that we don't want to play the heaviest of heavy Euro games right now. And Dinosaur Island genuinely is such a heavy Euro that if you dropped it on your foot, you'd have to amputate it. Do you want heavy Euro? Does that?
No, I'm not even listening. Once it's game talk, I'm out.
That's fair. The Raven Effect says, I want to believe this isn't the pay-per-view card. Yes, the main event, I believe, is the main event. Well, you should. It's already been announced, although Denise is not happy about that. But quite a few other matches on the card just don't seem like AEW pay-per-view matches. Inner Circle versus American Top Team is happening on Rampage, for example. I mean, that's the one you said you weren't like stoked about. I don't know what. I mean, I guess Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express, I guess. But Lucha Bros versus FTR, that's a pay-per-view quality match. Punk versus anyone is a pay-per-view quality match. I mean, Moxley versus Danielson. Jeez.
That's great.
Yeah. Cole versus Christian. Christian's really, really great. I think that match will be a lot of fun.
I agree.
Great.
Do you want me to add more to that?
That's typically how a podcast goes. Yeah, when I stop talking, you take the reins for a little bit.
Well, what do you want me to say? I already said everything I needed to say about Adam Cole versus Christian Cage.
Peter Mullins says, hey guys, come back, Luke. Hey guys, I know you're not pumped about American Top Team versus Inner Circle at Full Gear, but as the resident MMA fan, I am so happy to see guys like Andre Arlovsky and Junior Dos Santos getting a safer career post UFC. Both are basically done. JDS was getting seriously hurt in UFC.
No comment.
Don't do this to me,
Adam.
I won't end the podcast quicker. I'll just keep talking.
I'm just saying, I have absolutely zero interest
in UFC.
No, in the American Top Team versus Inner Circle.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry, Denise. I'm sorry. I've offended you, and I've offended your grandmother.
You're just really making the people angry, Adam.
That's what I do. That's what I do. Brett Klasnick says, next tag team Quizzlemania, we need the team up of Adam and Denise. Can they coexist? Also, we need Denise as a run-in for the ending of Fantasy Booking Warfare, screaming, it should have been me. We
should do that. That'd be funny. Hey, so like, why are you laughing? So here's a funny story. So I wanted to rebook the Queen's Crown tournament. Okay. I officially did my video, but I actually reached out to you, Adam, to get permission. Were you surprised by that I reached out to you to get permission to do this video?
Yes. Considering you didn't reach out to me to, commit my likeness to a paper plate. But it was very, very nice.
That paper plate was created out of love. Okay. You know what? Stop bashing the paper plate.
No, it was very nice to reach out. When is your Queen's Crown booking going to materialize?
I think it's coming out today, like after this podcast. I didn't wake up on time to do it before this podcast. It was supposed to drop before this podcast, but I didn't wake up on time, so it's going to drop after this podcast.
Well, yes.
But I'm excited, though. I'm excited. It's my first official booking video on my own. So, and I know a bunch of people hate my booking decisions. So we'll see what people like and what people don't.
Do you want to Tony Khan it? Have you got any kind of spoilers that you'd like to leak before the video goes live?
I don't really got spoilers. No, I don't have spoilers.
Fair enough.
No spoilers.
Good for you. Mayor of Painesville Dan has written in all caps, "Come back, Luke."
Please come back, Luke.
I love you, Adam. Please don't take it
He's looking like
seriously.
he's having a great time. He's been sending me photos. Does he send you photos?
No. I mean, he sent one to our group WhatsApp, which you're not part
I have
of.
a personal direct line to Luke where he sends me photos.
That sounds
I have
delightful.
multiple photos.
How
one? Multiple.
How is all right? I get it. Luke likes you more than he likes us.
Hold on. You know what I found out too? You know what Luke told me? He's told me that aside from his parents, I was the first person that got a photo of the baby. That's it. I'm Luke's favorite person, and I don't even live over there.
How can someone like Denise Salcedo that much? It doesn't make any sense.
Literally, right after his parents, I was the first person.
Well, good for you, Denise. That's wonderful stuff. I'm not jealous. I know that Luke cares about me. I don't need the constant proof like you do. I'm very secure in my feelings.
You're last place.
No, I reckon Datson's last place.
Okay, he's last place. You're second to last place.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. Although it depends on the day. I reckon I could give Pete a run for his money. He definitely likes Laurie more than he likes me. They do D&D together like a pair of dogs.
His favorite WrestleTalk people.
He probably would put you number one just because he's nice. Yeah, I think he would probably put Ollie next just because like the history and stuff. Then probably Laurie, and then it's a real neck and neck between me and Pete. Because he's known Pete longer, but I'm better than Pete. So.
Why are you so mean to Pete? This is not the first time.
I'm not being mean to Pete.
Why do you hate Pete? What did he ever do to you?
I don't hate Pete. I love me. That's not the same as hating Pete.
It sounds to me like you bully Pete a lot.
I don't bully Pete. I love Pete. I've never bullied Pete, nor will I ever bully Pete. Pete knows how much I care about him.
I don't think he knows that.
He does.
He doesn't know. It.
Why are you trying to split apart the WrestleTalk team? Look at you.
I think you guys are all lying to one another. You're all pretending to be best mates, and then you're not.
Why are you doing this? Wwho are you?
I know the truth, Adam.
You're a poisonous person. Denise.
I'm a spy sent from the United States to infiltrate WrestleTalk.
Tear us apart from within. You're working for WWE, aren't you?
Yes, we're here to get back at you for all the terrible things you've said.
Norm Summer says, after your nap, Denise, listen to Bismarcky, Just a Friend. Adam, shame on you for not hearing that song. Participate in the culture. Love you guys.
You got in trouble.
I didn't get in trouble. He's telling you to listen to it, Denise, after your nap. He told me
to listen to it after my nap. He said, shame on you, Adam. He didn't say shame on Denise.
Oh, that's actually.
You got in trouble.
Oh, okay. Late chats from the NXT stream. Thank you so much for sending these into the NXT stream. Sorry they didn't manage to get to them in time. Matthew Robertson says, I feel like if Ciampa wasn't the champion, I wouldn't even care about NXT 2.0. I also think if you didn't know Frankie Monet from Impact, you have no reason to care about her. How do you feel about NXT 2.0?
Ciampa doesn't fit into the new NXT 2.0, unfortunately. He's too much of a badass. He's too much of he just doesn't fit into this new version. I would be surprised if he retained the title at Halloween Havoc. I would be very surprised. And then in terms of Frankie Monet, that's been a huge discussion on my post show where it's just they haven't really done anything with her from what I think a lot of people expected, given her history and, all that she's done outside of WWE. I think people were expecting her to be on a different spot in the roster, and that didn't end up happening. And now it just kind of feels like, I don't know, I don't want to say it's past the time, the moment has passed her by on NXT. I don't want to say that because we've always see this happen where people don't get, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I just kind of I thought they were going to do something with her and then they didn't. So it kind of, I don't know, it's not looking too great.
Yeah. I mean, she's had a match for the NXT Women's Championship,
Yeah, and they gave her the jobber entrance.
It's the Robert Stone brand thing as well, that.
Then they didn't have to do that.
It's not really helped anyone, really. No, it kind of helped Aaliyah a little bit, but even then, not super great.
No.
Oh, well. And also Matthew Robinson says, wow, this episode was pretty good, but not enough Braun Breaker. What do you guys think of Toxic Attraction? Just winning the women's and tag belts. If they're going to make them a faction, I should think they should push them hard for once.
I'm one of those people that don't hate Toxic Attraction. I think that Mandy Rose is doing good work on there. I know why people don't like Toxic Attraction, but I have a feeling that because, again, of the new direction that NXT is going in, as we all know, with NXT 2.0, I definitely think that Toxic Attraction is going to be holding all belts, all the women's belts by the, I don't know, end of the year, way before that, actually, by Halloween Havoc.
I think it's a little too early. I think like it's kind of too indicative of what the shift is from NXT 2.0 if they like take the belt off Ciampa to give to Braun Breaker and take the NXT women's.
Honestly, I think that's what they're doing. They're like they're getting started with a bunch of like new champions. That's honestly the vibe that I've been getting.
Yeah, I get it, but I feel like as soon as they do that, I think it's going to make the rating situation worse, not better, because that
not great.
Yeah, I don't know.
In terms of like even just like overall interest in NXT, I have seen it like go down drastically.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it unless like I hear rumblings of like an amazing show, which apparently last week's show was good. Like it wasn't terrible, but just like I don't know, man. They're starting again from scratch, which is a choice that they've made, but also it means that they're just going to have to really pour time and consistency into bringing up that kind of that buzz again, which isn't there anymore, which is a shame.
Yeah, they lost what attracted people to NXT in the first place. That's the way I see it. And now it's like, cool, if you're watching, that's because you're interested in seeing like all of these new faces. But right now it's just so hard to get invested in it because there are so many new people that you can get invested in somebody after like one day. Like, yeah, there's like people like Braun Breaker, which you can say are the exception to that rule. But a lot of the talent is just like so new and so green that you can't really get behind a lot of the people yet.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want any of this discussion to make it sound like we don't, like we don't hope for the best for all the kind of developmental talent that are being spotlighted suddenly. It's just too much of a shift. It's a hard reset. It's just like, this is not the indie showcase show that you liked. This is something else. This is where new faces primarily will be taking spotlight. And because they are, in a lot of cases, quite new, the matches won't be as good. But it's to slowly build a raft of new talent, which is fine. It's just not what the current NXT fan knows the show to be. So they're not going to care about it because it's not what they were invested in, which is fine. That's how it goes. Like, give it time, hope for the best. But I'm not going to be interested because there's too much wrestling to watch.
There's a lot. There's a lot of different options.
Last minute. Ultra Chat, this is the last Ultra Chat. It says the legit underboss saying, I'm still grieving for Blampied. Also, just glad that Tony has worse handwriting than me. Denise, can we get your best? What a maneuver.
What a maneuver. Was that terrible?
No, that was wonderful, Denise. It was better than Vince ever did it.
What a maneuver.
Right, that is our show. We once again have proven why we are the greatest tandem in the history of podcasting. You are welcome for this every week. This is the Friday Mag Show 2.0.
Oh my God.
Why did the ratings drastic go down? No. Luke will be back. I don't know if he'll be back next week, but he'll be back. Do
people hate us together?
Well,
are we failing?
Well, here's the thing, Denise. Like, I think people enjoy the combative relationship that we have. It's an anti-chemistry, which is not no chemistry.
To make it more interesting.
Well, I think we already fight enough. That's the problem. I just don't think we need to worry about it. I think you and I have some. We are the kind of the nemesis to Team Januke. Like you guys, like, oh, we love each other. Oh, you're
definitely not our show.
You're the greatest. Whereas we're keeping it real. We're a lot cooler. Like we're basically, if you and Luke are like Sunday school, whereas you and me are like kind of like leather jackets, like hanging underneath the bridge and smoking.
I don't smoke, Adam. Sorry.
No, that I mean, like it's a meta. No, Denise, it's a metaphor.
No,
Denise,
I don't like the metaphor.
Denise,
It's a terrible metaphor.
Maybe we don't have any chemistry.
Continue on with this show.
I mean, well, that's the end. Like, we've done all the Ultra Chats. So
people hate us.
No, people hate you, Denise.
That's true. That is true.
They don't hate you. They don't hate you. They don't hate you. They enjoy a car wreck.
They just like you more.
That's not true, Denise. That's not true. Also, Sheldon Jackson, new member. Hooray! To see us out. That's amazing. Can we coexist? You'll find out next week. Probably. I don't think Luke will be back. You'll find out next week when I return to talk more with my best friend and yours, Denise Salcedo. Bye, Denise.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.